Hello everyone. Let's take a moment to start our wonderful Treasure Chest Tuesday together by taking a few deep breaths. Breathing in the light of love. Taking a moment to come into the present within your heart. Feel yourself in your heart and your body again in a deeper way than ever. I greet you in this heart space. Maybe we can put our hands on our hearts to start with to remind us of where we live and where we come from, and that our soul actually does abide deeply in this beautiful space of the heart. And everywhere, but particularly in this sacred heart space. Especially since we have been so aware of the relentless energies, in the last months and recently, building around us, penetrating our very existence, and there seems to be no way around it. It is an energy world. Much is coming to the surface to be illuminated, and we are aware of that. And as sensitive as we are, we're becoming oversensitized by it all, consciously, unconsciously, in many ways. It is so important to live from this precious place called the heart. Find our sanctuary there. And if you're finding yourself oversensitive and overwhelmed, I can't imagine we aren't all at some point in at least this last week for sure, know that you're not alone. In the last couple days, I've heard of a few people close to me that are moving, and of course we just had something happen in the Congress, making this fascinating move as it relates to healthcare. I won't go into all of that, but a number of things came to the surface of my heart, and I had to weep deeply. I just let myself weep. Sometimes that's the best thing we can do, to release the valve of the impact pressing against us from the overwhelm, the energy, the illumination of so much that doesn't fit anymore, pressing in. And we just need to give our hearts a deep place to breathe again and be able to say, it's too much. It's all too much for these sensitive places within us to handle. And then we go, these sensitive places within us don't have to handle it all. That's what you have to remember. That's where we get overwhelmed, thinking that these parts of us need to absolutely, how shall I call it, run the ship of our life forward. These sensitive parts come up to say, whoa, slow down, come inside, take a moment, breathe, be in your heart. And as you go into that deeper place for a moment, you're feeding your heart in ways that it needs, and you're not just bombarding yourself and feeling like, I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't do it. Again, you're not meant to do it. We have a tendency when we get overstimulated, overwhelmed, and we have tons of responsibilities, and we have families, and we have this and we that, all in front of us. It's like, I can't stop everything to just go meditate for 2 hours. In that moment, be aware that no, you can't stop, but don't isolate internally. We want to isolate externally, and we can't always do that. Sometimes we can, and that we have to be aware of as well. Be careful that we don't over-isolate in order to stay away from it all, okay? Because it just shuts things down. Does it mean we have to go, go, go? No, it means we bring our hearts into places that feed us, whether that's in nature, with other people, in quiet spaces, but feed that beautiful heart of yours. It is sacred. It is worthy. And then you won't have such a feeling of being out of control in those sensitive parts of you, trying to control things that you can't, and those sensitive parts particularly can't. So bring a sensitive understanding to the parts of you that are overwhelmed, and bring forth the part of you that says, this is going to be okay. We are going to be okay. There is room for all of this, and I will bring forward an honoring to help all these parts of my heart to know that all is well. Feel that universal sensation that all is well. And at some level, everything is in a beautiful life movement of fluidity, of working with the energies as they come and go and come and go. We can't control our lives, and we certainly can't control the lives of others, but we can have an influence. We can be coming from the place of inspiration. We can come from the place of upliftment for ourselves first, reminding ourselves that all is well, even though we can't control everything in the outer. And then we can start to illuminate the places in our lives where we can have an influence, where we can have an impact. And I know many of you are in transition as it relates to what you're doing in your life, what your purpose is, finding new avenues for that. It just is so important, especially now, to take care of those special places within you. In our monthly Sacred Circle a few days ago, we were laughing because so many people are either having bugs in their house or nightmares or crazy things happening. Yeah, you could feel totally out of control. And you do when you feel like there's these bugs running your house or nightmares running your subconscious. Oh my gosh. But come back to the heart and go, all is well here. And there is a place of solidity and stability that I can call on in my heart, in my abdomen, that is well and good and moving with life. So that is what I support you with in this moment in time. Putting your hand on your heart, being able to say all is well, and feel that universal pulsation of the divine knowing that all is well, moving in your heart, feeding you, loving you completely, bringing you into a slowing movement. We have coming up tomorrow a beautiful Taurus Scorpio full moon, which relates to illumination. Illumination, a very, very powerful time. And some say it's one of the most powerful times of the year. What do we do with that? We illuminate the places in us that are filled with a sense of all is well, unconquerable life prevails, a sense that we have what we need, and life supports us utterly, and bring illumination of those dimensions into the areas in your life that you feel out of control in, that you feel you don't have forward movement in, to activate illumination as it relates to where you want to go, not from your head, from your heart. From your heart. Let this full moon really ignite and illuminate what it is that wants to be brought forward as you hold it precious and dear in your heart. I am with you in this illumination. And I want to invite you also to join me. It's almost a month away, but it's coming up really fast. You know how time goes these days. To our immersion intensive, 14 days, embrace your life as a sacred creation. Live from the heart of love. So you can deeply dive into that space of seeing yourself, your life, the world, everything in it as a sacred creation. It is so time for us to have this sanctuary of space together where we go deep inside in prayerful ritual intent to change the full dynamic of all that we are. So join me. There's lots more about that on my website, soulmastery.net. And in the meantime, take care of this precious commodity called you. Fill yourself with the divine love that all life has to bring to you. And know that all is deeply well, and all that wants to be brought forward in your life can be illuminated now for you as a gift for creation.